everyone, and welcome back to my favourite room in the house. Before I start today, I would just like to thank everybody who watched my last video. For some reason, it went bonkers. Lots of people watched it, and I can't explain why. I just did what I normally do, which is sit here dribbling about GI Joes, and lots of people watched it. So thank you so much. Thanks for all your views. Thanks for all your likes. Thanks for your comments. I loved reading through the comments and replying to them all, and I'll keep doing that. So feel free to leave a comment on this one if you like. And thanks to everyone who subscribed as a result. I have also been able to open memberships on my channel of late because my numbers have been good. And full disclosure, I don't have much to offer in terms of extra content to my members, but my memberships are open at $1.49 a month. If you'd like to become one of Ronnie's big shots, please feel free. I know there are a lot of good people out there that would love to support me, so if that's your thing, feel free. And I'm going to give a shout out to the guys who have already become a Ronnie's big shot later in this video. So where have I been? Well, the last month I've been crook, so I do apologize. I've been missing on YouTube and Instagram, but I'm back. And I also burnt my finger on a microwave lasagna the other night, so I've got a bloody big blister on my thumb, and I won't show you. Hopefully you won't be able to spot it during the video, but just a precautionary tale to everyone who wants a quick and easy dinner and is microwaving a lasagna. Maybe let it stand for a bit before you pull the film off, because the steam burn is quite prolific. Yeah, and the blister is horrible. But look, enough of that. I am here today because I am addicted to buying GI Joes from AliExpress. Now, we all know it started with this guy here, the Cobra Trooper, which was thrown at my front door by the courier driver from AliExpress, which was kind of funny. He was really flimsy at first, but he's stiffened up quite nicely since the weather has cooled down. The weapons are still a bit gummy, but look, for an incredible dealio on AliExpress, I was quite happy with that figure. I followed it up, obviously, with the Halo jumper. He was going for pretty cheap on AliExpress. Actually, ended up buying 2 or 3 of him. I bought 3 of him, actually. I bought 2 for myself and 1 to send to a friend, which is GI Jetman. So I hope he is appreciating that. And then, at the advice of my great mate Adam, aka Shark Eyes Toy Review, he told me to get the retro Beachhead, which I did, and he has turned out to be an amazing figure as well. I still haven't sort of got around to fixing up that crossbow, and thanks to everyone who pointed out that the crossbow actually fits into the backpack there, because I missed that when I first opened him up. So he looks very cool with that crossbow in his backpack. So what have I gone and done now? Well, I've been a silly boy. I bought more GI Joes from AliExpress, and I've opened them all already, but I wanted to show you because, look, AliExpress hasn't let me down yet. It's a big risk throwing some coin at some figures on a funny little Chinese app and sitting here waiting a couple of weeks for them to rock up. But I haven't had too many issues so far, I'm happy to say. And I'll show you some of the figures that I've picked up lately. Alright, so the first one I wanted to show you here is a bit of a 2-pack. So I bought these guys at the same time, and they rocked up in the same package, which, for your reference, was just a plastic bag like so with lots of bubble wrap. So these ones didn't come with the box. I ordered them without the box based on a lot of the comments on the last video that I didn't necessarily need the box. I mean, the box has got a QR code on it that doesn't go to anywhere, which is a bit weird. So these ones came without the box, and you can hear that crinkly bubble wrap there in the background. There was 2 in this little baggie. There was this guy. There was Cobra Commander, who I'm very, very happy with. And there was this guy, Recondo, who is the only non-Australian GI Joe, as far as I know. With this Australian slouch hat, he looks like an Australian, so he should have been an Australian. That's what I think so anyway. But look, he is an amazing recreation of the original figure. The slouch hat comes off and he's got a nice little mullet sort of set up there. He's a pretty cool dude. The backpack was nice and easy to get in, almost too easy. So this one actually tends to fall out, which is a bit funny, given that all the classified backpacks I've received to this point have been tricky to get in. The weapon on this one is a little bit gummy, but look, nothing I wasn't expecting. Nice big Bowie knife there. He's ready to cut down some foliage, as he would. He's got a sidearm on his chest, which comes out. That's pretty cool. All the articulation is there. Everything's nice and stiff. Giggity. So yeah, no flimsy problems with this one. Turned up quite rigid. So very happy with Recondo, and I can't wait to get out in the backyard and take a few photographs with him. I'll put him up there next to my man Beachhead. He's very cool. And look, Cobra Commander, very simple figure. Didn't come with a lot of accessories. I think there was a couple of extra hands in there, which I've already stored away because I just wanted this pointy finger. Cobra wants you. Cobra wants you. Cobra wants you. So yeah, I've stored most of those hands away already, and yeah, I like the domineering Cobra Commander here. One thing I will say about this guy is the chrome on his helmet seems to have been afflicted maybe with a little bit of white paint or maybe a bit of dried glue, which is a bit unfortunate. But I might have a go at trying to clean that up myself a little bit later. If you've got any tips for cleaning that up, please let us know. I might try some, I don't know, rubbing alcohol or something. Please tell me how to clean up that little scuff mark on his face. He's got a little backpack as well with the traditional laser pistol, and a little knife on the leg, which is pretty cool. This holster tends to slide up and down a bit too easy for my liking, but I'm not sure if that's a Hasbro thing or an AliExpress thing. But look, all in all, I'm pretty happy with that, and I'm happy that I've got the leader of the Cobra Horde in my rapidly burgeoning classified collection. So he was a very cool pickup. I've totally forgotten what I paid for them. I think they were both a little bit over $20 Australian, so about $15 American. Shipped, mind you, as well, so I didn't have to pay postage. The shipping was included for that price. So I'll find out exactly what the price was and I'll stick it on screen for you. It was an unbelievable deal. The next figure that I took the plunge on was this guy, and he is really cool as well. This is Big Ben. He is awesome. Now, I was a little bit disappointed, I got to admit, that Big Ben didn't come with the backpack that the vintage version was sold with, or the satchel, which had hand grenades in it from the original. So that was a bit disappointing. But look, all in all, the figure itself, apart from that, is incredible. I'm besotted with him. He is so good, and I can't wait to go out into the backyard and take some photographs with him. And he has this nice machine gun here with this removable magazine and a sidearm with a silencer, which would be tricky to draw, but I don't know where else to put the silencer, to be honest. So, actually, I do, because this has got one of those holders for the silencer on his belt there, so I could stick it in there. There's also a holster for the magazine as well. But look, he is very, very cool. I'm very happy with him. He came with some bits and pieces also that just take him to the next level a little. He came with another little machine gun here with a bipod on it, which is really cool. And I should say, this machine gun has a bipod on it too. That pops down like so, which I thought was a nice touch too. Yeah, that looks really cool. So that is Big Ben with extra rifle, and it also had this head, which looks like a gas mask. Well, it is a gas mask. It looks like one, and it is a gas mask. But I struggled to work out how to get this on, because when I first got the figure, I popped the head off, like so, and then I realised, oh look, this doesn't go on there, and that would look ridiculous anyway. It would look like, you know, the GI Joe with the longest neck in history. So then I realised you have to take the neck out, and it took me a little bit of mucking around, but I've just done it there, and it's gone flying across the room. I'll find that later. I've got a funny story about things flying across the room, which I'll cover in just a minute, but now that the neck's off, you can actually put the head in. I think that's worked. Yep, that has. So it looks like he's ready to weather a gas attack in the trenches, which is another amazing touch. So well done, Hasbro, and thank you, AliExpress, for getting him to me safely. I honestly don't know where the neck went. I'll have to go and find that afterwards. Just on Big Ben, he arrives a little bit differently, so it must have been a different seller on AliExpress. This one actually came in a nice concrete cardboard box, and if I was to slide the carton out, there it is there, upside down, upside down, upside down. This made it all the way from China in immaculate condition, so I was pleasantly surprised with that. This is obviously one of those, and I've just knocked everyone over again. I always do that. This was one of those classified figures that didn't have plastic packaging, so it doesn't have the clear window. It was the first GI Joe that I've received without that plastic window, so it was a bit of an experience for me. I will just stand my Joes up again and show you what's in this box. So Big Ben, stand up over there. So in this box there was a tray which had the figure sort of held hostage in the tray, which is very cool. And I mean, at a pinch, you could probably use that as a display piece if you wanted to. You could stand him up in there and he would look quite groovy. So that tray was really nice. And then in the box itself, and I opened from the base, there was a footlocker. There it is there, David Big Ben Bennett. So that had all of his accessories in it. So it's actually a pretty groovy way to, I suppose, package a GI Joe. It's a shame that it didn't work out in some ways. In other ways, I think collectors like to be able to see what the figure looks like before they buy it. So it is a shame in some ways that they did away with this idea, but yeah, I suppose there's reasons for it as well. The packaging itself on this one was pretty cool. The artwork is nice enough. There's a bit of a loadout on the back as well, a QR code that goes to nowhere, as I touched on before. But very happy with Big Ben, and as soon as I find that neck piece that went flying across the room somewhere, I will certainly make sure he gets a good run in my photographs in the backyard. Alright, now the last thing I wanted to show you is this. I have received a package this week, and this is a GI Joe classified figure I have purchased before, and there's a reason why I did that. Let's open this one first, and as you can see, I've scribbled out on the barcodes and stuff, so you know, don't dox myself. But let's open this one, and I've got my my handy knife here. Let's see what's inside this guy. Might take it off screen so I don't cut myself. I've had too many issues with sore fingers this week. So I'll open this up. Okay, so this is one of those ones that was packaged in bubble wrap, as you can see here. So I'll ease this out, and feel free to take a guess at what you think this might be. About to reveal all. Just undo the tape here with my trusty knife, and be very careful. Here we go. Almost there. Okay. Looks like we're making progress. Okay, so this is, and I'm almost there, this is none other than the 60th anniversary Marine Sniper. Yeah, Action Marine Sniper. She is pretty cool. Again, really cheap on AliExpress. And there is a reason why I had to buy two of this guy. I got the first one, and I was happily unboxing her in my lounge room in front of the television one warm Saturday night. There she is there. And I was trying to strike a pose with her. And when I was striking a pose with her, I heard and felt a little pop. And I saw a piece of plastic fly across the room, much in the same way as Big Ben's neck just did. And it turns out this little piece of plastic was a part from the Marine Sniper. Anyway, so I pulled the carpet back, I tipped the couch over, I looked between the couch cushions, I looked everywhere. I looked on the coffee table, I looked behind the TV, under the TV. I just tore that room apart, and I couldn't find the magazine for the sniper rifle for this little figure. My wife even helped me. She was on her hands and knees, crawling around the house. We were scared at one point that the dog might have eaten it, so we were keeping one eye on its poopies for the rest of the week, but to no avail. Anyways, I thought, what the hell? I will go on AliExpress and I'll buy another one of these, because the accessories that this young lady comes with are just amazing, and I will show you them now. So there is a ghillie suit, which is very cool, and the fluff seems to be coming off of this guy. See, like, just fluff coming off everywhere. But I mean, it doesn't worry me. There is also a backpack, and there is a case for a sniper rifle, which I will crack open in a minute and show you the missing piece. There's a couple of leg holsters here. One has a little mobile phone, which is removable, which is very cool. And the other one, she's toting a pistol with her silencer in the holster as well. Only because I don't know where else to put these things. Then there's a couple of extra hands. And these hands are Caucasian hands, which is interesting. You might think, why is there a set of Caucasian hands in here? So there they are there. So you can see on the figure there, the way she comes in the box, she's got African American hands and African American head. She has extra Caucasian hands because she is also supplied with a Caucasian head. And there it is there. So this hat is removable. And at the risk of losing another piece, I will see if I can take it off. There we go. And you can actually put this baseball cap and ponytail hat on her head, which is another groovy touch as well. There we go. That's so cool. So yeah, I bought another one to replace that missing part, but also because I figured, look, came with lots of accessories. I could have multiple sort of characters kicking around in my room because there's lots of variability with the heads and the hands that are included. So anyway, back to this rifle case. If I open this up, you can see in here there's a beautiful sniper rifle. Now, I believe this was supplied with classified low light, or a variation on this, and you can put the scope on top. There's a silencer and a bipod. Just on this rifle, as you can see there, it's a nice rifle. As you can see there, there's a hole there for the magazine, and that's the hole from which the magazine I had with this figure disappeared into thin air and flew across my lounge room, never to be seen again. So be careful with that. It will pop out randomly if you're not watching. So for that reason, I bought another one because I'm a very sad individual. I also came with another little sidearm there as well. So lots of different bits and pieces included with that Marine Sniper. The packaging itself, pretty cool. Yeah, it works pretty cool. There's the QR code that goes to nowhere again. She looks nice enough. She's in her full ghillie suit on the back. AliExpress did me dirty here with a sticky label on the front, but I don't really mind. It doesn't really matter. There's also another label on the back here. It's got some Chinese writing. A original. So, oh well, you know, yeah, AliExpress for $20 Australian. Can't really complain. There she's in a ghillie suit in the back. So yeah, now I've got two of her. So yeah, feel free to tell me how crazy and silly I am in the comments. I will 100% take that on board. So that's all I've got to show you today. Oh, actually, it's not. Before I finish, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Wilhelm's Toy and Hobby and Beta Ray Bob. They have a podcast called The 118 Crew. And I happened to be watching it on YouTube the other day, and Wilhelm did a giveaway, and I won some goodies on that giveaway, and it arrived in the mail this week. So I have a Super 7 reaction Snake Eyes, who looks like he's just stepped out of the Sunbow cartoon, so he's very cool. Thank you for that, Wilhelm. And he included in the box a figure that I wasn't expecting to receive, but is still very much appreciated, and I will cherish. I will display this guy in my cabinet. It is a Mexican luchador. It is the Blue Demon. I don't know anything about Mexican wrestling beyond the movie Nacho Libre, but I will certainly cherish this guy, and I will stick him in my cabinet with my GI Joes because he is the same scale. Looks like he was a peg warmer at Ollie's. Thank you so much for that, Wilhelm and Bob. I do appreciate that. It's certainly made my week. That is phenomenal. So please check out the 118 Crew if you haven't done that already. But yeah, that's just about all I've got for you this week. Thanks again to my members, the Ronnie's Big Shots, who have already signed up. They're on screen right now. So if you're looking for some more content, check out any of these guys. They're all running with accounts on Instagram and YouTube as far as I know. Really good dudes. Love them to bits. Feel free to like and comment on this video. Maybe even subscribe if you're here for the first time. And I will see you next time. Yo, Joe.